Kulia na kushoto, geuka. Mwendo wa pole. Saka. Tumia.
How many of those members will be here? I want to thank you so much for coming. And as a House 11th Parliament, we are highly grieved. This is the fourth dead body lying there. And we must put this House to prayer.
Item 5, motion for resolution of Parliament to pay tribute to the late Honorable Atim Cecilia Barbara Ogwal, former woman representative, Doholo District.
The motion is going to be delivered by the leader of government business, and I now call you to give us the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, I move under Rule 56 of our Rules of Procedure to move a motion for a resolution of Parliament to pay tribute to the late Honorable Cecilia Barbara Atim Ogwal for her dedicated service to the Republic of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, whereas Parliament of Uganda received with shock the sad news of the untimely death of Honorable Cecilia Barbara Atim Ogwal, the District Woman Representative Dokoro. Aware that Honorable Cecilia Barbara Atim Ogwal has been a distinguished legislator who meticulously served the institution of Parliament and Uganda in various political capacities, including the following: the District Woman Representative Dokoro from 2006, when the district was created, until her death. Ugandan representative to the African, Caribbean, Pacific, and European Union Joint Parliamentary Assembly, commonly referred to as ACP-EU, chairperson, Institute of Parliamentary Studies from 2020 to 2021. She served as a parliamentary commissioner from 2016 to 2018 in the 10th Parliament. She was the opposition chief whip in the 9th Parliament from 2013 to 2016. His Excellency, she was His Excellency's special envoy to different African heads of states to seek support for Uganda's bid for the chairpersonship of the African Union Commission. She was a leader of the Uganda's delegation to the Pan-African Parliament in the 9th Parliament from 2011-2013. She was a member of Parliament for Lira Municipality from 1996 to 2006. She was a member of the 1994 Constituency Assembly that drafted and promulgated the 1995 Constitution of Uganda. She was the chairperson of the Presidential Policy Commission of the Uganda People's Congress from 1992 to 1996. She was a Secretary General of the Uganda's People's Congress, that is UPC, from 1985 to 1992. Honorable Cecilia Ogwal was a great pillar for the National Prayer Breakfast. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, further aware that Honorable Cecilia Ogwal had a long, notable public service career as a proficient accountant and an ardent champion of corporate governance, and has served Uganda in many non-political capacities, including chairing several governing boards in the finance and governance sector. Recognizing that Honorable Cecilia Ogwal has been a competent leader who, together with others, strengthened constitutionalism, democracy, parliamentary practice, political tolerance, rule of law, and encouraged cohesion among different shades of opinions. For her exemplary leadership, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni bestowed upon her the Uganda Leadership Award in 2023. Appreciating that Honorable Cecilia Ogwal has been a fountain of knowledge and wisdom, a member of both the young and the old in the political arena, a nationalist who loved her country with passion and promoted it both at the local and international fora, and a Pan-Africanist who fearlessly defended African identity on the global scale. Further appreciating that Honorable Cecilia Ogwal has been an excellent politician who, with vibrancy, articulation and logic, advocated for the rights of women and children, and spoke the truth to power with unwavering confidence and conviction, and yet with respect, and indisputable political icon in independent Uganda. Now, therefore, be it resolved, honorable colleagues, that Parliament collectively conveys its deepest condolences to the bereaved family, relatives, friends, and the people of Dokolo District, Lango, and Uganda at large for the loss of a distinguished and exceptional leader of this country. And Parliament takes cognizance of the profound patriotic and Pan-Africanist service that Honorable Cecilia Barbara Atim Ogwal has rendered to the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the people of Dokolo District, the Lango community, and the people of Uganda and Africa at large. That, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and members. I rise to second the motion to pay tribute to the Honorable Cecilia Atim Ogwal under Rule 60 of our Rules of Procedure. Right Honorable Speaker, as I get started, I would like to convey a message of condolence from the Honorable Chagulanyi Sentamu Robert, who was in the 10th Parliament with the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal, also from Dr. Kiza Besige, who was in the Constituent Assembly together with Atat Cecilia Ogwal, and also from the Honorable Erias Lukwago, who was in the 9th Parliament. Even though Atat was not in Parliament at the time, they were in the trenches together. They would have loved to be here in the gallery, but they are unable to because they are under house arrest and some on the run from the military. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, can we listen the good thing? The house arrest is not by this Parliament. So can we have the motion seconded?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the nation has again suffered a great loss with the passing of the Honorable Cecilia Atim Ogwal, Dokolo District Woman Representative in Parliament. We condole with the family, relatives, friends, the people of Lango sub-region and the country at large upon this untimely loss. While we mourn the loss of our gallant colleague, Right Honorable Speaker, we pay tribute and celebrate a life that was well lived. The Honorable Cecilia Ogwal was a stateswoman of outstanding and unparalleled dignity, a mother, an inspirational leader, one of the few politicians who exemplified impeccable work ethics and acted in the interest of her nation. She embodied peace and was an ardent advocate of affirmative action, rights of women and the girl child in particular, but above all, she was a champion of the rule of law and democratic governance. While Uganda may never see another Atat Cecilia Ogwal, she inspired countless men and women of valor. She deposited herself in many of us. Throughout her life as a leader, the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal consistently exhibited compassion and a strong commitment to foster our national democracy. She gained notoriety when she blatantly opposed the monolithic movement system, which had outlawed multipartyism in our country. It was this bold stance that earned her the appellation Iron Lady, a respect she greatly worked with in life and guarded in action and candid speech. It is with great respect and gratitude that we extend this tribute to Atat, a true guardian of parliamentary institutional memory and a repository of rich experience. Relatedly, we should credit Atat for her effort in the global campaign for women emancipation and empowerment in our country. Women emancipation and empowerment are broadly encompassing concepts and require concerted efforts and comprehensive approach to fusion. It's not enough to boast about the number of women in leadership. These statistics should be accompanied by equitable and efficient service delivery. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the citizenry desire leadership that is cognizant of the plight and aspirations of its citizens and an economy that creates opportunities for all. Right Honorable Speaker, this august House should take cognizance of the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal's achievements and wise counsel, which will forever be relieved in her towering legacy and profound impact on the downtrodden. She was an astute leader, seasoned politician, excellent banker, successful business personality, and a pioneer on various fronts. She was one of the founders of the Housing Finance Bank and the first female chairperson of Uganda Development Bank. Her tenure as the Secretary General of the Uganda People's Congress UPC from 1985 to 1992 was quite transformative in our country, as we saw. She also played a pivotal role in the Constituent Assembly and participated in the drafting and promulgation of the 1995 Constitution. As a member of the Forum for Democratic Change, she diligently served as the opposition chief whip and as a parliamentary commissioner. Indeed, her remarkable skills, leadership skills, enabled the opposition to achieve tremendously during the 9th Parliament. It is absurd that the constitution process that she dedicated herself to was gradually eroded by the ruling government. Her passing has occurred at a time of heightened concern among Ugandans regarding human rights violations ranging from enforced disappearance to detention without trial. The Honorable Ogwal, in her interview with the Observer paper in 2018, published in an article titled, "I Survived Death 12 Times," disclosed that she had been targeted and repressed for her alignment with the opposition. This repression has been recurrent to all politicians who have challenged the regime. When shall these predatory tendencies stop? We unreservedly celebrate the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal's distinguished service to the legislature and her unwavering commitment to constitutionalism, the rule of law, human rights, equity, and inclusiveness. Without a doubt, she has played her part. Fellow Ugandans, I wish to remind you that we have not yet attained the desired freedoms and enjoyment of human rights guaranteed under the Constitution that she vehemently fought for. It is our constitutional obligation to pursue full realization, respect, uphold, and protection of our rights. This obligation, Right Honorable Speaker, transcends our political affiliations and stature in society. What is required of us is to rise to the occasion and demand for what rightly and constitutionally belongs to us. Therefore, do not wait for another attack, Cecilia, to rise and fight for you. Rather, be a Cecilia Ogwal in your own right and for the common good. The passing of our esteemed colleague, the Honorable Ogwal, and many other similar deaths from foreign hospitals continue to expose the lacuna and deficiencies in Uganda's healthcare system. Many Ugandans succumb to treatable diseases, a consequence attributed to corruption and failure of the government to prioritize the health sector. This is why a handful of able Ugandans continue to seek medical attention abroad due to lack of confidence in the country's capacity to provide comprehensive health care for its citizens. This lamentable reality highlights the urgency to address systemic issues within Uganda's healthcare sector to ensure that our sovereign nation is not only capable, but also trusted to administer proper medical treatment to all Ugandans. Right Honorable Speaker, to the best of my recollection, from the newsroom up to date, where I was, I have known Atad Cecilia as a leader who detested corruption in all its moral and legal forms. In all its moral and legal forms. We should therefore applaud Atad for her clean record and for advocating for equitable sharing of the national resources to ensure national cohesion and balanced national development. We humbly urge this august House to seize every lawful opportunity and ensure that development disparities plaguing our country are thoroughly addressed through the budgetary process and effective legislation. As the Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. We celebrate a life well lived and implore ourselves to emulate Atat and the values that she embodied. May the Almighty God grant her eternal rest. Rest in peace, the Honorable Atim Cecilia Barbara Ogwal. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader of Opposition.
My maiden meeting with the Honorable Atat while I was a child. Two, I also wish to put on record the moment Honorable Atat felt a bit disappointed in me or with me in my political life. And three, I will state this moment that changed my worldview on who Honorable Atat Cecilia was. Right Honorable Speaker, in 1994, at the age of 14, while a student at Lango College, and Lango College equally has handsome men, and they are here in this parliament, I had the opportunity to represent the children of northern Uganda at the parliamentary mock debate during CA, when the Constituent Assembly was considering the promulgation of the 1995 Constitution. That formed my maiden meeting with the Honorable Atat at the age of 14, Senior 1, representing the children of northern Uganda. What we debated then was what the children of Uganda thought would be embedded in our national constitution as the rights of the children of Uganda. And that forms part of Chapter 4 of our national constitution. Right Honorable Speaker, in 2001-2002, I was a youth leader as chairperson District Youth Council of Lira and a member of the National Executive Committee of the National Youth Council of Uganda. During that transitional process from the movement system to full multipartyism, we all know that the Honorable Atat's political origin is Uganda People's Congress, and that must be put on record. Right Honorable Speaker, while in leadership as a youth, the Honorable Atat managed to persuade all the youth leaders to join Uganda People's Congress, with the exception of Obua Dennis Amson, the then District Youth Council Chairman of Lira and a member of the National Executive Committee. But I want to state that much as Atat felt disappointed, she respected my opinion, and I want to salute her for that. All the two district youth councillors were UPC. The district delegate to the National Youth Council was turned to UPC. My secretary for finance, who is the current chairman LC5 of Dokolo district on FDC ticket and one of their national vice chairpersons, was equally taken by Honorable Atat. I remained where I was. Later on, when I narrated to the Honorable Atat why I made a choice to support the movement then, which is currently the National Resistance Movement, I told her my childhood story to the effect that in 1986, 1987, when the NRA took over power, there was a notorious character called Ojuko. Ojuko came to Lango, traversed the entire Lango. But I still recall as a child Ojuko driving up to Abako to look for a getter. We walked with the family from Abako up to Lira and ended up at the home of one of my maternal uncles. I still recall as a child. And when I told Atat, that formed the basis why I support the movement, why I support President Museveni, why I support the National Resistance Movement, because they saved the life of Obua and family when he was young.
Abadde mukyala nga ffe abakyala n'abaana ab'obuwala n'abalenzi abagala kujja mu leadership positions abadde nga yayagala kututeekamu ekirali ky'okugumikiriza natera nnyo ffe abali ku side wabula gavumenti nti bw'oba oyingidde mu byobufuzi oba mu byobukulembezi ekisooka olina okubeera mukakamu olina okubeera ng'olina amazima olina okwogerera abantu beddowoozi liri bwe baba bakusindise mu palamenti oba mu kanso abantu abo tobalekereranga olina oboogera you have to be their voice, the voice of the voiceless. So guno omulimo yenga mu bulamu bwe bwonna mu nsi wano ayogeredde abantu be ayogeredde abannayuganda ayogeredde abakyala human rights violations abadde ku frontline nga avumirira okutyoboola eddembe ly'abannayuganda ffe nga palamenti ate n'abannayuganda ate ne saidi ewabula gavumenti tujja mujjukiranga nnyo ate tujja mumisenga nnyo kuwa ekyo ekirali kyabadde ateesemuko nga gavumenti ng'olaba ye Howard bwagamba yes ebeera yes bwagamba no ebeera no yetaluma mu bigambo bye ate ajja nakugamba n'abeera straight forward to you kino okikoze nyakato naye tekibadde kirungi wano next time mukola bwoti abadde muzadde nga buli omu amwagaliza ate nga saidi zonna bbiri ez'eppalamenti the ruling party ne saidi ewabula gavumenti mwena abatwala ng'abaana be ng'ayozaayoza ng'abakuumakuuma tebannange temutabula but it has been a peacemaking loving person kati bwe batugenda abifuba nnyo nga ababaka babatuddeko naye bafuneko kyasi ne tukola naye mu palamenti
banedda katoyo gwe tulina tumulekeyo nze awo ne mugamba awo saakanya naye kubanga enguzi bw'oba ogiridde ng'oli mukyala oba oli musajja tulina okwogera ku kibi enguzi kyetukola mu ggwanga lino so nfiiriddwa nnyo omuntu eddoboozi yabadde eddoboozi y'abakyala mu palamenti ng'anyambako kwogera ku bintu ng'ebyo naye ate ekirala abadde muntu agatta abantu era mu biseera ebisinga edda nga sinaba kujja mu palamenti Sisiri Ogwal gwe nali mmanyi ye muntu bw'aba atute position kizibu nnyo ate okuva ku position ye asigala nga ye asigala ku ekyo naye bwe najja mu palamenti n'akyusamu ye nga byayogera win-win kiki kye tusobola kukaanyako tutambule tugende mu maaso so kubanga waliwo opposition waliwo government side so abadde nga bwe tuba tetukwatagana nga ye ayagala kulaba engeri ki gye tusobola okudda mu makati ffenna ne tukiriziganya nti tutambule bwe tuti so she was moving a win-win situation.
Ffe nga Democratic Party tujjukira Honorable Cecily Ogwal most especially mu 1996 nga abantu bonna twava mu fallout eyali eya coalition ya UPC ne KY ne tugenda wano mu kinaana Semogerera Luzinza Kalulu kwegamba nga buli muntu tayagala kuwulira kigambo kye bayita UPC. Cecily Ogwal akulaga nti Uganda esobola okudda obujja Uganda esobola okulikonsayiringa ajja yeetaba ne Semogerere wamu n'amobilizinga UPC yonna ne tubaira n'omupiira okulaga nti tusobola okuba wamu n'atambula ne DP ne Dr. Kawanga Uganda yonna n'amukampeiningira nga kwegamba ng'oyinza okulowooza ye running mate wa Semogerere yalaga ensi nti tusobola okuba okwawukana naye ensi esobola okudda obujja netambulira wamu wabadde ayimuka okwogera mu palamenti ng'enjuyi zombi zimuwuliriza kubanga baba bamanyi ayina kyagamba ayina ensa ayagaza Uganda era tumujjukira mu mwaka gwa 2025 we yakola ennyo naddala ng'alwanirira multi-party dispensation yegatta n'awagira omusango gwa Dr. Paul Kawanga Semogerere Zakal Olum ne Roina Kafiire DP gwe yali etaddeyo okulwanirira okuzzaawo multi-party dispensation so omukyalo ono agendedde mu kaseera nga Uganda eri mu katyabaga okwekyawa kungi malisi mungi hatred mungi omuntu ne wafuna ekizibu Munnayuganda mu kifo okutwitinga oba okuwandika nga amusaasira awandika abalaata ng'asanyuka busanyusi Cecilia agendedde mu kaseera Uganda kemwetaagira okuyamba reconciliation okuyamba national unity okuyamba okuvuganya okugenda mu transition ate ayina kye tumuyugirako nti omuntu ne bwafa ne woba olina gw'ovuganya nga tokkirizaganya nga ate takkizaganya na Mwami Museveni wabeerawo akaseera k'okutuula wabeerawo akaseera k'okukolagana obadde omusanga ne Mwami Museveni ng'ayimuka n'amubuuza ebibuuzo mu lwatu nga tatidde so kikulaga nti tufiiriddwa omuntu omulungi omuntu Uganda gwe badde alina okulabirako naddala mu kaseera ke tulimu ak'abantu okudda obumu okutoboza okutereeza Uganda gye tugenda maaso. Finally wano ku parliament ofiiriddwa mentor, ofiiriddwa obadde olaba nga ababaka bwe bajja bapya semina zonna ezibaawo y'omu ku bo ababadde bayimuka okutandika okuzoogereramu ku mentoring ababaka, okubawa ekyokukola ne guidance nawe wetulaga. Njagala nga muna DP okusaasira Acholi sub-region, rather Lango sub-region, okusaasira Right Honorable Speaker wa Parliament ya Uganda, okusaasira Uganda n'okusaasira wamu ensi yaffe olw'okuviibwako omuntu bw'ati n'ekibiina kye FDC.
And who went out of her way to reconcile people and views whenever there were differences. She put Uganda first in handling many of the issues that would be under discussion. So in a nutshell, the country has lost a great legislator, a great patriot, a lady of God, and she has left us many examples as Ugandans to emulate. We will always be grateful for the contribution she has made to make Uganda better. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
As a Pan-Africanist, what does her death mean to the Pan-African movement?
Cecilia was a great Pan-Africanist. You know, she was a member of Pan-African Parliament, and she carried out assignments on the continent by President Museveni. And really, as a Pan-African, she was a great Pan-African. She has planted the seed, especially among the young people, and we should again emulate her to accelerate the momentum of achieving the objectives of Pan-Africanism that our sisters stood for. I hope you young people are committed to that cause. You should be the first ones to emulate her example in being good Pan-Africanists.